So as y'all saw, we are gonna do a beautiful vertical ombre, marble, rhinestone, gem placement, all that good fun stuff. First, I'm gonna start out with my XL tips, full cover tips, buffing those out. I wanna make sure the polish really sticks. Typically you wanna do this with any press-on set that you're gonna do. Get those wholly buffed up, and then we are going to move in with our dust brush and remove all of the dust. We don't need it in our design, and move on to the polishing. So I decided to use these four from iGel Beauty. This silver reflective, this nice turquoise, pink, and purple. So first thing I'm going to do is start off by making my marble. I'm going to line each one of these up in a row, and then we are going to get it mixed up. And while that is settling, we are going to add our blooming gel, which is also from iGel Beauty. This is not a promotion from iGel Beauty, just happen to be the products I'm using. So gonna do a nice layer of that. I wish I'd have done a little thicker one so it would have worked a little bit better, but I did kind of glob it on here. So I'm gonna take my same brush and just kind of maneuver it in little areas to get it to where I really want to go. I do tend to use a lot of gravity when doing this, just to see how gravity can help me out. And then make sure I'm getting all of the edges. I do tend to wipe some off of the edges once it spreads too far, but I think it came out great. I do wish I would have used a bit more of the reflective polish, but either way, creativity is creativity. It's all in one's imagination. It is what it is. So now I'm going to blend my two colors. Just going to put them side by side, grab my brush, and then blend it side to side until I'm satisfied. Then I'm going to go straight down the middle with that blended brush. And then when I need some more on the opposite end of just the one color, I just use that one side of the brush, pretty much like a one stroke if you were trying to do a one stroke design, only this is just making it an easy ombre, especially an easy vertical ombre. And then I'm going to do the same thing with two different colors. I did want the nails all to be different, but I wanted all of the same colors and kind of all of the same scheme to be used. So I am going to do 2 coats of this. If I am not mistaken, I only show you one, but I do 2 coats. And then of course we're going to go in with the purple and turquoise just to, make all of them different. And again, once I've got that blended, I go straight down the nail and then just use the one side of the brush and the other side of the brush for either color. And I do like the way that has come out, so I'm going to go ahead and pop that in the lamp, and like I say, do a second coat and then go in with this matte top coat. The nails are actually going to be shiny, but I find that matte really brings together ombres and kind of blurs that line even more. I don't know why I matte coated the marble one. In retrospect, I wish I wouldn't have, but I did. Moving too fast. So once I get those all coated, I'm just gonna, move them side to side, make sure they're all shiny, make sure there's no bumps or lumps, and then pop those in the lamp for the recommended time. And so this is what they look like matte. I'm going to go ahead and take my iGel Beauty Jewelry Gel, and I am going to massage that into the entire nail. This stuff is quite thick, so I do tend to massage it in as well as possible, just to kind of get the lines to fade. And then I usually let it set for just a minute before I add any gems. And as you can see, it's starting to settle even as I'm adding the gems. So first I like to add all of the actual stones that I'm going to use, and then I like to use this brush, you know, just a regular striper brush or detail brush, to pick up and place the caviar beads. And with this, I went ahead and I edited as much of the irritating parts as possible, you know, like the curing and some of the gem placement, but for the most part I kept it all for you guys to see, because it is quite a process. And so if you're going to be doing this on a client, you know, you want to know what you're getting into. And if you are a client, just expect to know that this is the type of design that you are gonna pay for. It is very detailed work. It does take some time, so just expect to pay. I think in the description I'll go ahead and leave what I would charge for a set like this, depending on, like, you know, if they want gel style extensions, if they want acrylic, or if they want gel, hard gel. And then of course it does also depend on if you want fully sculpted or on tips, on, you know, half cover tips, whatever. So a lot goes into pricing something like this. And yeah. So like I say, I'm just gonna go through, continue adding these gems. I'm gonna throw in some music here for a little bit for you guys to listen to, and I'll pop back in every now and then. And so once I like the way that looks, I'm going to take my jewelry gel and, like I say, massage it into the next one. I did cure the other one for a full 60 seconds just so everything stays in place. And now I'm just going to go through and start the next design on this now. Again, I did try to edit it so you guys wouldn't see all the boring stuff, but you know, I didn't want to take out too much, and I didn't want to put too much in, because the paint and the design, the gem design on this probably took me about 40 minutes, and that's just doing this. And a lot of it was just the detail work that you see now here in the end. So yeah, I'm gonna really use these caviar beads to help secure these gems in, and then we're gonna continue moving on to the rest. So I just wanted to jump in. because this video is really long and I don't want you guys to have to deal with listening to the same music. But yeah, so like I say, this is really all freestyle. I didn't really have anything to go off, which is probably why it took so long. But either way, I am falling in love with this set as I watch the video and do this voiceover because they really did come out amazing. Right here, I actually thought, oh, I'm going to do a little swirl and kind of make it look like it's swaying. And I really didn't like the way it looked. So I went ahead and I fixed that up. And it wasn't really going with the rest of the design. Everything else is really straight and kind of curved. So I went ahead and I straightened that up and then moved the other ones to the bottom. And that's one thing that I really love about jewelry gel. I think using it the right way can really make your gems stay on for quite a long time. I'm not yet into the habit of using, you know, the super quick dry anything because it just doesn't work for what I like to use it for, or what I would use it for, stuff like this. I do want to work on doing more intricate rhinestone placements and gem placements for you guys. Here again, you know, that's one thing I do love is as you're working, you can kind of say, oh, you know what, I want to do this instead. So I was going to do a full U, like the first design, but then I decided, no, I'm actually going to split that into a V and I'm going to put another stone here. And I actually ended up putting 2 more stones. I think I accidentally cut out one of the other stones, but you will notice it when we finish this all up. And look at this. I mean, I've been working on this for quite some time now. Nothing's fallen off, nothing's slid anywhere, and nothing has cured. So I'm not having to cut pieces, file down, do crazy things that you would normally have to do if you're using like a super glue to keep them on, or an adhesive. And so once that one's done, I did cure that for a full minute. I'm doing full cures because I want everything to stay in place. And then I'm just going to wipe down the jewelry gel on this nail and continue with the process. I was trying to keep them all within the same dynamic, I guess you could say. You know, just to keep it all cohesive and all looking well, like a set. I didn't want it to be too drastic of a change from one nail to the next. At this point, I still hadn't really decided what I was going to do on the marble nail, but once I got all of them completed, that's when I realized, okay, you know what, we can go ahead and just do a little tip and cuticle work, and it actually turned out fantastic. So yeah, again, I'm just strategically placing all of the beads and all of the gems, kind of working my way around to see what looks nice, straightening everything up, adding things here and there just to, you know, complete the look. And that's one thing I love about this is how creative one can be. You know, you don't have to be a professional. You don't have to, you know, take classes to actually know how to lay gems down like this. You really just got to get creative, take a look at other people's work, sit there and practice. And that's basically what this is for me, is just a practice on, you know, different style of gem placement. And because I wanted to keep everything cohesive and kind of have, you know, those sharp lines, those straight lines, as well as those rounded out like half circles, or curves, should I say. So I decided to go and add that in right here as well. And I thought it came out amazing. I do love the colors. I mean, I'm just really excited with this set. I really am. So I'm going to go through, fix everything the way I like it. You know, you saw me here like adding things to places where I think it needs it. And while I'm doing this, because it's not curing, I will literally go in and just kind of flip the nail, look at it, you know, look at it down the barrel of the nail to make sure that my lines are straight. So, you know, it all looks good. And once I am happy with that, I am going to go ahead and cure that again for a full 60 seconds. And we're going to move on to the next nail. And like I say, it's a pretty simple, design on the marble nail, but I didn't want to cover it. So just doing some finishing touches, and then we're going to pop that in the lamp. So now, like I say, we're just going to do a little cuticle band. I wanted to use pretty much all of the stone colors, you know, the multicolor, the color shifts, the blues, the pinks, and some clear, just to give it a lot of dimension. And I am so proud of the way they came out. And of course, to complete the look, we're gonna add our caviar beads. You know, I think it makes it look like an actual piece of jewelry. It really does finish the look. Some designs look nice without caviar beads, but I'm particularly fond of them, and I don't think that's ever going to stop. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and continue. I'm gonna get this little tip area done, and I didn't know what to do here, but I didn't want to distort the shape of the nail, so I decided to go in with very minimal gems and some of the smallest ones I could possibly find, which I believe are 7s, 5s, and 3s. And then I am going to add the caviar beads as well, because from, you know, looking at the top of the nail, I didn't want it to distort the curvature of the nail and the shape of the nail, so to speak. Not so to speak, I mean, that's what it is. So I get all that down. And again, I'm going to pop that into the lamp for a full 60 seconds once I get all those caviar beads held into place. And then we are going to move on with filing the tips. Then once, oh wait, no, I didn't file the tips right away. I'm sorry. We go into top coating. Now, when I top coat, I tend to top coat all of the paint. And I do not cover the top of the big gems. There are some gems that I did go over as far as like the really small ones. But I do try to use this detail brush to kind of brush over those caviar beads without getting the gems. But you will see that there are a couple of small beads on one of the nails. I mean, small rhinestones on one of the nails that I actually do coat. But I do like to brush the top coat up against the sides of the gems. And I believe that this really, really, really helps with keeping them together. So if you are having trouble, regardless what glue or whatever you're using, you could always use caviar beads, butt that up right against them and then top coat over those and around your gems, and I'm telling you, it works like a charm. So after I get the detail brush and I brush up against everything, you'll see here where I kind of take the brush and wipe off any excess that is kind of dripping towards the sidewalls, and then I flash cure that just so it stops moving, and then I move on to the next one. This one came out super beautiful. I'm actually really excited about it. It using the matte top coat wasn't, I mean, the greatest idea, but it didn't seem to harm it much at all. It might have taken away a little bit of the shine of the reflective polish, the reflective glitter in there, but that's okay. I mean, I still think it came out fantastic and that they look great. So one thing I do like to do sometimes, which you will see me do here in a little bit, is I will actually go through with a very dry top coat brush. You know, I just wipe it off until there's pretty much nothing there in the bottle, and I will go over sideways and kind of, you'll see here, kind of just remove the excess that's pooling around the caviar beads, because it can get really unattractive. But you know, if you're doing it right and letting it settle and sit, they're gonna be beautiful regardless. So you can see here I'm taking that dry brush and just kind of going over the beads again, and then going over the side, you know, just to, like I say, to kind of remove that pooling a little bit. And right here, these are the gems that I did cover, the little ones right here, just because they're so small and they're still going to have a nice shine, but it's not going to be like the same kind of shine like the diamond cut shine. So they look absolutely fabulous. I really hope you guys stick around to see the final look and how they actually look on the hands. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you're returning, thank you so much for your support. I work really hard on this for you guys and for myself because it's just one of my passions. It is my passion. So, yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was relaxing for you, as relaxing as it was for me. We're going to get into the filing, check out the reveals, and I hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and we shall talk to you in the next one.